Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I am setting up right now to do quite a long stream. I might break this up, but I do want to show you we're already tracking some really strong storms. We talked about this earlier this morning. We talked about it yesterday as well, day before. That really has been the story. We were prepping for this active weather for the top of this week, and I think it's really important, especially because so many of you will be headed to the polls. We have a lot of snow reports as well for the Rockies. We'll get to that. But right now, of course, we are tracking the storms that are moving across Oklahoma into Missouri, into Arkansas. Iowa will see some storms as well. So, yeah, this is quite a busy day for parts of the Central Plains, Southern Plains, into the Midwest. But we weren't surprised, right? Because we had talked about that. How do we know? Because I told you that we had the warm front that was lifting, right? That was the story that we were talking about the day before yesterday. We said that warm front was going to lift. There was an area of low pressure that was developing right around Oklahoma, and as it continued to move eastward, there was an associated frontal boundary, which was a cold front. And we know that when a cold front interjects that warmer air, it just pushes it right out of the region. And that oftentimes causes a very unstable atmosphere that will trigger some storms. But then behind that, there was another front that was going to also destabilize the atmosphere that much more. Hi, guys. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. Thank you so much for joining me here on Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Let's see. We also have our TikTok, and I'm kind of excited about that. Let me see if I can do that while we're all getting together. Um, yeah, so we are definitely tracking. Let's see, I can go live right now. Let's try to do that, guys, together. Okay, so yeah, we are tracking the storms that are breaking out across the Central Plains and the Midwest as well. So we're gonna go ahead and go live right now. And if we could actually, let's see here. I just want to make sure everybody can hear us. Okay, I think we're good. Yay, I think we are fantastic. Let's make sure. No sound is detected. All right, guys, hang tight. We want to make sure that everybody hears us. Yes. All right, everybody should be hearing us right now. Super excited. So, in case you guys don't know, we also have our Talk Weather to Me page that we just launched on TikTok. And you guys know I'm like, great, TikTok, another platform. Okay. But remember, that's all going to be in the app. It's all there. It's all going to be easy peasy to get to. All right. Right now, guys, can you see here that we are tracking some early warn cells? No surprise there. You do see these returns right now. We have our sweeping radar, and I believe we're using Tulsa. That's the radar station we're using. Okay. And I'm actually going to switch off and I'm going to go into our high resolution mode here. This is our premium NOWRAD 1 kilometer. Let's switch this up to maybe, let's see, HT5 type maybe. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. 1 kilometer, 5 minutes. All right. Do you see how this is giving us a higher resolution, right? So this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys, because oftentimes it's all about seeing the quality of these storms as they move through. Some of them look really strong. I think a lot of them are going to get really dangerous, especially right around Missouri. Okay. And we're already getting some wild storm reports. So these storm reports are listed for the past 6 hours. Let's bump that up to the last hour. Let's see what we've got. We only have a few reports officially over the last hour. So let's go over that, and then we might even go to 3 hour. So let's see what we have so far. These look like hail reports. Okay. So let's make sure that they are hail reports. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys are checking in real time with me. Let's see. Our precip rate is over 1/4 of an inch per hour, moving through portions of Missouri. If we head on down to Arkansas, same deal there. Oklahoma, you guys are definitely feeling the brunt of these storms. And that's because that area of low pressure developed right over the Central Plains, right? So that's what we're looking at there. And we are continuing to move eastward as that cold front moves through as well. A wider look here to the west. We have snow across the Rockies, and then we're watching this other storm system up here. And right around Spokane, it looks like we're getting some really heavy downpours, as well as the threat of some thunderstorms. Okay, so let's go ahead back to our storms that are moving through the Central Plains. Look at this in Kansas. We're also getting a report here. Let's see if we can pick up on some cities locally. Just east of Independence, Kansas. Let's see where else. Parsons, Mount Pleasant, Columbus, west of Columbus, Osage, Oswego, Chitopa. Commerce. You guys are always in the crosshairs. I think I say that all the time about Commerce. Let's see, Tulsa, that's what we're looking at, right? So let's switch over. If we're switching over right now, let's go ahead, take that off. Let's get our sweeping radar and let's look for a signature that we really might want here. Let's use, we'll use reflectivity just to see what's happening right around there. Let's see if we can use our velocity. Nothing there. I don't see this right now becoming anything. I don't see a couplet, right? So that's what we're looking for right now. Let's go back to our reflectivity. Let's go to our 3D volumetric. Yeah, okay. We're just watching these because there's a little rotation in that storm cell doesn't mean anything. And in fact, if I were to take it, we're in 3D, right? If I were to take it and I were going to slice it, let's see here, right, and tip it. Okay. So it looks like it looks like right now, the tallest clouds we're seeing are at about 50,000 feet. That's not impressive to me at all. So I think that we just proceed with caution here and we just watch these very closely. Okay, so right around Tulsa, this one is the one we might be looking at, right? This is the one that's growing to about 60,000 feet. This one right here. You see it? Okay, but again, until I actually see anything other than a high, tall cloud. Okay, that's great. So cumulonimbus cloud, that's not a big thing for me. I was looking for the potential to see any a couplet. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now. The potential, like a couplet. Do I see anything right now? I don't see it just yet. So with that said, I think we're just going to go ahead and quickly look at our current temperatures around the area. But first, let's take a look at our day one convective outlooks issued by the Storm Prediction Center, which is located, as you guys, many of you know, in Oklahoma at OU. Okay, so go Sooners! Yay! And you can see there's the hatching Storm Prediction Center. We talked about that on Saturday. This is going to be a day two situation. Day one didn't look that impressive. Day two was it. So this would be day two from Saturday, right? And you can see where's the hatching. There it is. It does include Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas. So no surprise. That's exactly what we've been looking at. Even Louisiana, you've got some light green there, which the probability just decreases. But again, this is something we want to look at. And maybe if we overlaid our wind particles, could we see a story here? Yeah, you can see where that warm, moist air is intersecting with that northerly air. Do you see that coming down? See where they're interjecting? It actually, and converging. Do you see where they're actually converging is right around that dark brown feature there, okay, that hatching? Apart from that, let's take a look at our wind profile. Once again, you're seeing a southerly influence there into Arkansas and Missouri, but then we've got that northerly push that's right across western Kansas, and we get an easterly push right over the Missouri-Kansas line. So you can see that the variable winds at the surface are definitely giving us a signal there. And once again, the converging winds, as you can see over Little Rock, Arkansas, you've got a straight southerly push, but over Oklahoma, you've got that southwesterly. So we already know we're introducing two air masses that aren't necessarily similar. We're not talking about a dry line, but we're definitely talking about drier warm air and moister warm air. And then we have that cold front, and you can tell where that cold front is because of the blues, the greens, the yellows behind that little kind of like, see that U there with that blue, the yellow, the green, and that northerly air with those arrows. Okay, that's telling you that's that colder air mass as that cold front pushes on eastward. Let's look at our current temperatures. All right, let's focus there in the Central Plains. Okay, we've got Oklahoma City at 66 degrees, Wichita at 63, Little Rock at 80, see, Kansas City at 65, Danbury at 51, Omaha 54, Des Moines 65, Memphis 78, New Orleans 79. All right, we're staying right in that region, right? Let's go to the East Coast. We have New York at 58, Philadelphia at 64, Baltimore 62, New Haven 56, Boston 50, Pittsburgh 72, Louisville 77, Indianapolis 66. Head on over to the plains, the Great Plains, Northern Plains, Bismarck 40, Rapid City 51, Glasgow 51, 49 for Billings, Kalispell 42, Whitebird 50, Portland 51, Salt Lake City, hello, 46 degrees. And a shout out to Mike Stringfellow, who gave me an update on the snow from the Intermountain West. I was so excited to see, because you guys know how much I love the snow. But you can see St. George 59 degrees, Los Angeles 72, San Diego 73, Phoenix at 70, Albuquerque 39, because of that cold front, guys. So there you go. Do you see the gradient there? Let's go back to our storms, okay? We're going to go back to, I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to grab this graphic. I'm going to hightail it up to another graphic that I'm working on. Like I'm working on a combo here, okay? This is specifically when I set these up for you guys. I like to give you guys all the information that I'm looking at. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Alrighty. Oh, look at this. Albuquerque, you guys have got some winter weather alerts happening. Some good stuff. All right, let's focus on that very quickly, and then we'll head over to our tornado watches. Tornado warning issued. Okay, quickly. Let's see here. Let's see. We've got our tornado watches and warnings. Freeze warnings issued by the National Weather Service. I got to get back over here. All right, so now we're seeing our tornado warning. I think we were right around this region when we were looking at our sweeping radar, guys. All right, let's go ahead and highlight this for you. I'm going to remove our radar. I'm going to remove our satellite. I'm just going to leave us with our wind particles and our weather alerts. So we have a tornado warning for Tulsa, Oklahoma. We talked about that. We also have our tornado warning for Montgomery, so southwestern Yell and northeastern Montgomery counties. And it looks like we're now getting a new tornado warning right along the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. And then we're going to switch on over. Okay. So here we are, tornado warning in effect until 2:30 p.m. CST for southern Cherokee County. And it looks like a confirmed tornado was located near Tracy, or 8 miles east of Chitopa, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Now, once again, let's take a look at our local storm reports here. What are we seeing? Now, this is confirmed. I don't see that this is a National Weather Service confirmation. Law enforcement confirmed. I'm going to be really clear with you guys, because until the National Weather Service confirms it, we cannot confirm it. This is what's being noted. Damaging tornado, quarter-size hail, law enforcement confirmed by tornado, flying debris. That's what we can say right now. Baxter Springs, Columbus, Trees, Neutral, and Melrose. Okay? But now let's go back and let's go ahead and show a different product. So we know that this is what's getting reported, okay? But I need to see this for myself. Like, I'm not just going to take somebody's word for it, I mean, even if it is law enforcement, until the National Weather Service says it, that's just not something that we can just, do all willy-nilly because we feel like doing that. We can't. So we're going to look at our local storm reports. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, here we go. This is what we want to do. We're going to zoom on in. Oh, not that much, huh? We just zoomed right on into the ocean. All right, guys, let's go right back to our, this is a unique one. I added a couple of different layers onto them. Okay, so slowly but surely. All right, we are getting some signatures. What do we have located on here? Let's go with our sweeping radar. Okay, we're going to add our storm tracks. Okay. We're going to add our meso early, hail, strong, and our tornadic early options. Okay, we're already getting those reports. Now, this is saying that there was a report. I'm looking for a couplet right now. Guys, I'm telling you, until the National Weather Service says it, I cannot myself confirm that. And that was right around the Kansas Oklahoma border. So that's what we're going to watch for you very closely. Right now, we have our sweeping radar on at let's see here. Well, this particular storm is moving at 44 miles per hour. The one that we're tracking that was just crossing the border. Okay. We're also going to go back to our reflectivity product. And here's where we can see if we have a couplet, some kind of radar indicated signature that we'll have to look at. We do see that there's some rotation, but again, we have to make sure that we're looking, even if we lowered our radar. Nope, we don't see anything yet apart from that. So once again, while there was a report by law enforcement, we still have to wait for the National Weather Service to give us the final information, okay? So I just want to make sure that you guys know that before we move forward. Apart from that, we're looking at a lot of rotation with these storms, right? Doesn't mean that they're tornadoes. It just means that we're watching them very closely, okay? So that's some good news there. Okay, that we're not seeing anything apart from that, okay? Once again, we did see some reports, and in fact, let's see if we can add our local storm reports. I believe that same one is going to come up. See, I'm not seeing official tornado, and I just don't think that's going to be the case, right? The one that we just talked about, that storm report, I just don't see that being the issue. I'm going to remove everything from here. So I'm removing all winter reports. I'll leave flood reports. I'm just going to leave our the potential for tornadoes. And I'm just going to leave our reports for the last 3 hours. Okay. So right now, we do not have, let's look at our, let's see. We have our watches and warnings. We have our watch boxes, watches and warnings. Okay. Yeah. So again, it looks like this is the area we're talking about, that little pocket there, that southeast pocket of Kansas, northeast pocket of Oklahoma. Until it's confirmed with the National Weather Service, it's just not something that we can confirm right now. But apparently we do have somebody has seen something, a law enforcement official. So that's where we are right now. And we're really grateful that they're doing that. But until it's confirmed, we cannot. Okay. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to start slicing and dicing this atmosphere to see what we have here. We have some reports, including this looks like wind, thunderstorm wind gusts clocked at 94 miles per hour. Wow. Okay. And here it looks like wind damage as well, possibly to a building of some sort, some kind of edifice. Tornado damage, it's saying, according to law enforcement, once again. Okay. Sperry, Oklahoma. We've got to wait. Now, do I think that the authorities could absolutely, they're pretty experienced and they would know whether it was a tornado? Yeah, but until it's approved by the National Weather Service, this is simply a report that was issued at 12:27 p.m. CST. And that is the story for now. Okay. So I want you guys to know that. That's exactly what we're looking at. These storms are getting really active. I think they're going to get a lot stronger by the time they hit Missouri. That's where my eye had been kind of watching the past couple of days. I thought that was my area of concern. Let me tilt this a little bit for you guys to see. Let's see. Let's look at our properties. Let's tilt this back, okay? Yeah, I'm a little bit more concerned about Missouri. So that's where I am right now. We can see that we have reports here of a pretty strong storm. This guy's rather strong. Okay, Bolivar, you guys are starting to get some hail right outside the city. And let's see if we can take a look at our Titan impact for the storm, okay? Let's take a look at this. Guys, we always want to know how strong these storms are. And this storm is categorized between a 2.6 to a 5.0 in impact range. That's going to be important for us to note because that might be the one we're going to be watching for the next couple of minutes. Apart from that, Joplin, Goodman, Springfield, Branson, Center. Who else? Mount Vernon, Corsicana, Jasper, Lockwood. Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now, okay? So you can see that we've got some pretty strong storms also moving through Arkansas. We have a few that are at 2.6 to 5.0 Titan impact range, others that are 0 to 2.5, okay? So there is a variety here of the storms. I am waiting. We have that one report issued by law enforcement authorities. National Weather Service has not chimed in yet. So until then, we are going to watch that very closely. I'm looking to see if we have any signatures here that we're going to want to look at with our sweeping radar. Let's remove that and let's put a different radar up. Okay. All right. Let's watch that very closely, guys. So as we take a wider look here, we can see what happened, right? We had that warm front that was lifting. Look at that ridge of high pressure still migrating eastward, right? Soon enough, it'll be offshore. We had that cold front. We had that area of low pressure that was developing over the central plains. That guy's moving eastward, and as it does, it's now bringing that cold front with it. And then behind that, there's like a little piece, like it looks like there's just like little piece of cold air that's going to punch through. I think that will be the one that's going to trigger those stronger storms right behind that. Okay. But in the meantime, let's take a look at that snow that's also being reported. This is pretty interesting. Okay, 1/100th of an inch of snowfall per hour. Not that impressive, right? But at least we're seeing some snow. And let's see if we have any good reports as well. Alrighty. Let's add some of our winter reports. Okay. Pretty fun here on a Monday. I'm loving the weather. And oh, guys, really quickly, we're also going to be watching this storm system as well. Okay. This guy up here, this is going to be another good one. There's a good amount of cold air right behind that. But we're going to have to watch that one very closely because we want to see what we're expecting in snowfall totals. Okay. Can I add a tropical onto this? Let's see here. You know what I want to do? I actually want to add, let's add our satellite. So if we can just stay here, maybe we'll just add kind of a more, remember we're at CST time. Let's see if we can add a different satellite. It's an HT blend. Let's see here. Maybe we'll go with an IR. Okay. And let's go with a global IR at 4 kilometers. Okay. Because we want to look at 18, tropical cyclone 18. Okay. And then we're going to go back to our radar and we're going to see if we can find something global that can help us out here. Right now, this looks pretty good. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We are tracking these storms. Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Dave. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is safe right now. It is one of those things that we have to watch very closely, as you're mentioning, because I do think that people have to just be aware that these storms are, look at how fast they're moving. Yeah, they're moving really fast and we're seeing lots of wind damage and lots of hail as well. Okay. So these are our biggest stories for right now. I'm meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. Thank you so much, Dave Velez, for taking a look at what's happening right now. Coming up, we're going to go over our future cast. You can see that snow. Look at this. Look at the snow. It's just moving across the Rockies. It looks pretty good, right? All right. I'm meteorologist Erica Martin. And coming up, we'll talk more about what's happening for the rest of the week. Bye, guys.